Hi, my name's Jason Williams, and you are watching NJPW1. I'm going to swap out my little inverter that's making a lot of noise, and it has done for the last year or so, with a new inverter from Redarc. The inverter is, the model number, it is R12350RS2. Something like that, right? Anyway, it's 350 watts, quite small. And I'm also going to repair an ARB awning. It is just the case. It is a 2.5 by 2.5 in the aluminium case, and I'm going to repair that. Just as something different. The inverter I've got that I'm replacing is an eBay special that I bought probably 8 years ago or so, or 8 years ago. And it's done well, but started to make way too much noise, and that's as far as I'm going with that. So the amount of times I've been in the car and I'm driving and I'll go, did I remember to turn off the inverter? And I'll ask my wife, she'll be sitting in the passenger seat, and she'll turn around and look. You know what? You can't see it, can you? No. And so I realised at that point that I need to turn it around so that we can visually see it. I mean, apart from the fact that you usually hear it, but sometimes you just can't. Why might I need to change my inverter, you might say? Well, the reason for that is, I can go through with you, turn it on. Hope it doesn't make a liar of me, right? Damn it. It's not going to make its usual noise. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's pretty annoying, isn't it? Imagine if that when you're driving or when you're trying to camp or when you got to listen to that. Hopefully it's loud enough for you to notice it. Alright, so making sure everything's disconnected and unplugged and disconnected and it's all good. I'm going to see if they just undo nicely and just do what they're meant to do, right? Lucky for me, they did. Well, that one anyway. Maybe not this one. Oh, yes. Oh, look at that. No complaints here. Alright. Here we go. And that should be enough to slip it out. Get out. Go away, you are no longer welcome. Ooh, that one's gonna fall out. You are not welcome to my car anymore. Get out. Oh, that will work, yes. Now, do I have enough of these? That's the question. Now I'm just going to check whether that's going to fit in there in the right spot I want it to. Well, that looks pretty good. It's going to go long ways. Like this. Very much towards the end. I'm going to mark them. About there. Somewhere there. Somewhere there. Should be right, mate. No one will ever know that it's done dodgy. I think, oh, this is a professional job, but nope, this is just a dodgy job. Alright, now drill. Okay, get the file out. Don't be dodgy. I mean, I'm dodgy anyway, but let's not get too dodgy, right? Let's try and assemble it. See what happens. Yeah. Give this a go. Now comes the fun part where I actually try to figure out how I'm going to go about doing this. Do I want the nuts and wash the nuts on the other side? I reckon so, because they're going to be unobstructed. This side, something may press against and rattle and wear and gosh knows what else. So, that's that way, right? I have a feeling I'm going to have to put that one in first. Alright, let's see how we go with this. I'll put my arm over the top, I'll squish my fat chest through this little gap. Oh, and there, I made it. And a washer on the back like so, and a nut. Plus the nut holding the tools.
It went on. We have a success. So with that one holding, I'll use this silly overly length one next. Oops. I don't know if the camera can kind of see. Just shift the camera. And go, oh, I couldn't see very well. Try that. And besides.
This end up with that bit through. What are you doing, Mr. Williams? You know it's got to go the other way. My gosh.
Oh, above that, I believe. Oops. I missed it. Like that. That's holding it. Wash your head. On the camera. Put that on. Put a nut on. Gives you a bit of a nut. You know what, if I'm not nuts, I'm going to be by the end of this, aren't I? Maybe get a bit nutty. What's going on this one? Why is it getting nutty on us? Well, that worked. Well, I reckon it might. You've got the dodgy bits of aluminium, as you do. Trying to get my head in the right spot. Not always easy. Cameron's got the right spot. Cameron, you can probably see everything, can't you? Aha! Did I pull that off? I did. I think I did. Well, either way, put the nut and washer on before it falls out, right? Might as well just say that I have to, ouch, get my fat chest out of that gap. Go on the other side.
And yes, it went through the hole the right way. Well done. Good boy. You're such a good boy. Alright. Generally, if there is an easier way to do something, I'll do my best to find it. Just to fit my chest through that gap. Oh, wrong way, eh? Give it a little bit off to start with. Oops. Be careful, because I'll end up breaking them, won't I? Because they're only low tensile. They're not high tensile. They're very... How are you going? Can't expect these to do any crazy kind of work. Did I just put that on the wrong side, didn't I? Stupid. Well, what if I want to get that off? Then I've got to get that off. Looks like Mr. Williams has to undo his boo-boo.
How much of a boo-boo is it? Can I get by? Can Mr. Williams get by his boo-boo? Look at that. That was made for it. Gosh, I even surprise myself sometimes. Alright. Get started on that before I go mental and start trying to whiz it in. Otherwise that would be rather embarrassing. Bit like that, I think. Should I be like that? Yeah, why not? Why not?
Alright, well, unfortunately that means I'm not going to be able to record that end of it. Oh. Well. Fail, Mr. Williams. That was a fail. What are you doing? Hitting the wrong ones. Alright, so that was a bit of a fail. I'm going to have to not record me putting the cables in the other end. Probably should have done it before I put it in there, but I wanted to be make sure they were definitely going to be the right length. And if I can reuse these cables to an extent, I will. For one, it's got a fuse. And an Anderson plug on the other end, which plugs into the little spot next to it, which is how I normally tend to do it. Alright. Will this work? Yes, it looks like it's going to be long enough. So, what I might do is chop that off. Go rushing on ahead and you'll be like, Jason, you've forgotten something. Oh, why did you even chop it? Oh, you messed it up. Oh, silly boy. That's okay. I do have a fair bit more cable. Whoa. It's well insulated, isn't it? My gosh. Oh, it's just stiff and brittle from time, from age. So I'm pulling off the cables from off this sucker. It's gone inside. This one's lived its day. It's done its dash. And then I'm going to use these cords in the new, to the new inverter, being it's got an Anderson plug. But I'm not going to be able to show you me connecting the wires because it's just, let's face it, it's just too annoying and difficult. Oh, well that was good for it, wasn't it, mate? Hey? Yeah. You think you should have used the cocky boots. Stop being silly. Well, that's better, isn't it? Why didn't I do that before? You know, I was being lazy. Okay. Will that be enough? A little bit dubious of that. I don't reckon that's enough. So I'll nip a little bit more off. This insulation on this is very old and brittle. Ugh. There we go. That's convincing. Now that one's not convincing. A little bit more. There you go. There. Alright. Now I'm going to try to attach it. That bit you're not going to see. You'll see the finished product though. All it is, 2 screws, I should, tap them in, that's it. So it's, not very complicated, hopefully. If it was complicated, I probably wouldn't be able to do it, would I? No, Jason, you couldn't do anything complicated. You're not a very complicated kind of guy. Alright, so don't I look like a dumbass? It turns out it has eyelet terminals, just like the other one. So cutting them off was a really stupid thing to do. Turns out I'm going to have to reconnect some new ones. Lucky I have some, right? Could be interesting. Alright, so I've got to put some new ends on it now that I've chopped them off, being in all my wisdomness. Alright. How thick's the cable? Yep. Yellow will do. Just fine. Will I heat shrink it? No, I won't. It's not exposed to anything, so. And I'm feeling a little bit dodgy. Let's be realistic. I don't really care so much now. I had to cut that off. Oh, I'm so disappointed. Doesn't come in there, you idiot. No, it wouldn't fit. Alright. That'll do. And now, because it's only 350 watts, it doesn't draw very much, so I don't have to be too overly crazy about, oh, I need that on there, better connection. Nope, no, I'm fairly okay. Alright, finally, put this last crimp on. Yay. A bit more of a crimp there, couldn't it? Alright. Take 25. Give that a go. Right, initial test. Turning it on. Green, which means it's ready, it's happening. Alright, switch it off. Oop. Number 2 is for remote. Alright, initial test with everything kind of connected. See what happens. It's working at the moment. Seems to be charging. Yeah. Well, certainly not making anywhere near as much noise, thankfully. Alright, now for the next bit. Pull off the awning cover for this awning and repair the elastic eyelets. what do you know? I did not know it doesn't actually come off. This is better built than I thought. I can do that. And then it still doesn't fall out. Still doesn't mean. What am I going to do about getting that? Okay. Alright. Get through. Oops. Just have to find where that little. Oh, stay there. Oh, let's stay on the other end. Looks like it. It did. Cool. And I heard the little dude fall out. Yet there it is on the ground. Cool. Alright, I shall go get the new eyelets, the elastic strap bits, and see what happens. First I better check these for length. Yep, perfect. Perfect. Okay. Sorry, dirt. Sweet. Go for the next one. All right. Bam. Well, I think that'll do for this. Yeah, that's about it, I reckon. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll bring something useful to you soon. I guess I should probably close it up, right? That'll do this time around. Well, what do you know? I can poke over and see it charging now, and see if it's on. Is it switched on? Yes, it's switched on. Believe it or not. Yes, it is utterly switched on. Yes, it's still on.